Pat Batty here, recording a video a little bit about the kind of paddles you can find on Amazon.com. I'm on the U.S. site, and we're going to look at what we think are really good values, anywhere from the very low end to higher end paddles that we're seeing online on Amazon. Now, I know you can buy paddles from your local pro shops, retailers. You can buy them directly from the pickleball paddle companies themselves. I actually sell some through them, but you can't buy them on Amazon. And there's some fair values here, but there are also some that I would not recommend. So I'm going to go through a very unscripted video here on what I'm seeing on Amazon right now. This is January 2025, and give you a little bit of an idea about what is a reasonable value, whether you're a new player or a intermediate type player. And if you're an advanced player, you're probably not looking on Amazon, to be honest. But anyway, here we are. We just loaded up. All I typed in was pickleball paddles. I didn't specify a brand. I didn't specify a price range or anything else. So pickleball paddles. So here we have some right here. Right away, I see this is a sponsored link, but Vatic Pro paddle, the Prism carbon fiber, $99. That's a very good paddle for the money. And I actually would recommend that as a reasonable paddle for somebody who's new to playing or maybe just getting going but want to start out with a decent paddle. And $99 is a decent price. Now I see another one here that is not the same company, but they've kind of copied the logo style. But it is a bit of a copy. It'll end up to be $10 cheaper. It's not one particularly, again, to save $10 to get a copy of a name brand one, I would personally prefer the name brand one. And I know this one is very highly rated. This one also being rated, I can see here the ratings are good, but I've not heard of a paddle. It's kind of the same general characteristics though. These here, I'm getting into a name that I've never heard of, just probably a Chinese-made paddle, carbon fiber edgeless design. That means there's no plastic rim around it. This would just be a painted thing. For a carbon fiber paddle, edgeless, that's not a bad price. SLK Halo from Selkirk is a really good paddle. Very highly rated. These were much more money about a year ago, so not a bad paddle as well. Here we're getting into a real low-end one. It's like $39 for a pair of them, I believe it is, and balls and all that. This would be for somebody who's never played before and is not sure they're ever going to play again. Or maybe a couple paddles for friends to knock around if you maybe had a cord or something like that. Things like that. I've seen people play with this kind of paddle. They are fiberglass, and I've seen people play very well with them. But it's rare. But it is rare. They are very hard paddles. They're hard to control. I get into another no-name one here for $40, but it is carbon fiber, not a bad price. This is a training paddle, very small head on it, so nice for training. This is again that no-name brand we saw earlier. A Selkirk Evo paddle, $79. As much as I like Selkirk paddles, I think when you get up to the $100 ones, you're much better off than this one. Something like the Selkirk Halo. Similar to this, $63. There's $100. This SLK Halo is a very nice paddle. Let's see what else we have here. Again, some no-namers. I'll just leave them. Again, we've covered the fiberglass ones. Well, here's a carbon fiber surface one for $24. I mean, you can't really go wrong with giving it a try, I guess, for $24. Then we're getting into some, I can tell, copies of some name brands. Here's a real name brand, Eula paddle, $159. That would be a design that's probably 2 years old at this point. And I can see it was $219. And this is probably a bit of a copy of those, but it is a thermoform being kind of molded together and heated And then this one would have an edge around it too. Not for 89 bucks minus 30. That's a pretty good price. Let's see what else we come up with. Again, that Selkirk's coming up a lot. The Yule is coming up. They're a bit repetitive here, so I'm going to skip through those. The Perseus is a good paddle. 200 bucks though. We're getting into a pricier paddle. That's the kind of price range. In my case, I would suggest to try it somewhere before you would buy that. Let's see what else we have. Again, here's the real cheap fiberglass ones. I mean, this is 4 of them for 39 bucks. We bought some of these at the club. I have memberships where people that come out to give it a try one day, we lend them these kind of paddles. But honestly, I'd rather we had something a little bit better even for them to try, because they're not a satisfactory experience. They're a very hard paddle and a hard paddle to control. Again, the Vatic is here again. We're seeing really some repetitive nature here. Here we're getting into a higher one. The Selkirk here, the Selkirk Lux, that's a great paddle. But as you can see here, it's $249. This is US dollars. The Selkirk Lux is a very good paddle. That's actually a very cushy paddle. So very easy to control. Not a ton of power with it, but a lovely paddle. Again, but you probably want to know that you're going to be playing somewhere before you buy something like that. The Selkirk Omega is a nice paddle as well at $99. I can't complain about that. Most head paddles, the lower end, I don't like. They're very hard. So I'm going to ignore that one at $44. Nui Pipo is a funny brand in that it's probably the most popular brand online here. They do make very hard fiberglass paddles in some cases, but they are kind of the highest selling. As you can see here, there's 7,900 reviews on this paddle. For somebody who's brand new, might be worth a try. Again, I will say that's going to be a fiberglass surface paddle, and that would not be the most satisfactory experience. Here we're getting into some name brands again. The Perseus by Eula, that's a very good paddle. The Mod TA, I'd have to double check. Is that a legal one now or not? I mean, I'd have to get into the detail. I won't take that time right now. But before you buy a Mod TA, double check if that's legal currently or not. The Carbon would be. These are good paddles as well. We're into $195. And you can see there's just a wide variety. When you get into these fiberglass ones, you're going to get lots of wide colors and things like that. When you're into the carbon fiber ones, raw carbon fiber, all of these three would be, it's going to be black with a certain trim in most cases as well. This one, $49, it's not a big name, but I would think for $49, less 10, that's a great value. I can't tell you, I've not played one, but it's a great value for $39 for a thermoformed carbon fiber paddle. I can tell you a year and a half ago, just about any thermoformed carbon fiber paddle would be about $180. So that's a very good price. And I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can here with brands. Again, here's one for $29, a carbon fiber. Again, that's a ridiculous price. You couldn't have got anything close to that price a while back. That Franklin's a very dated paddle. I would kind of ignore that one. This Eula, again, more pricey. Let's see what else we got. These would be, again, a fiberglass one, low-end price range, and that I would kind of personally stay away from it. But this is a paddle I use quite often, in fact. That's an SLK Halo. I use an SLK Pro myself, and I really like it. So they have a variety of it. I'm going to click on this one just to see what they got here. Yeah, so I like the SLK Power Pro, and they're going to range in value. Well, these aren't too bad, $129 to $149. These are excellent paddles. Personally, I like the Pro that's 14 millimeter. In fact, that's exactly the paddle that I personally play. I also play a 6.0 paddle. I haven't seen any on here on Amazon. Let me go back one more time here. And I'm just going to go a little bit further down the line, but you're getting an idea here. That's a lot. There's a lot of different paddles here. There's the SLK I was just showing you, and so forth. So personally, what I like, this is a SLK, a Selkirk Vanguard. These are a harder paddle within this particular model. Again, would be a little tougher to control for a newer player, but they're a good quality paddle. And I think we've got a bit of a variety here. Oh, this one, Diadem Warrior Edge, is a nice paddle. A lot of people like that. Pretty good price here at $139. I don't know anything about Outlaw or these Warping Point. Don't know. Again, they're not too expensive. But you got a bit of an idea here. Personally, I would stay away from the fiberglass-faced paddles. They're very hard. And the thinner a paddle is, the more powerful it is, but the harder it is to control. So when I get into one that you want to control, something like a 16 millimeter like this Vatic Pro is good. I actually play a 14 millimeter, but I've been playing for a while. And I generally play that SLK, this one here. I've probably got 40 paddles, being a teaching pro and a person who started up a club. So I'm giving you a bit of a variety and trying not to be biased on brand. So I hope that's helpful for you. Let me know in the comments. When you leave a comment, if you go there, you can also go to on my website, pickleballtoday.co/win, and you can be eligible to win a paddle. We give a paddle away every month, and generally it's a $200 level, pro level paddle. So go to pickleballtoday.co/win. Feel free to give us a comment, a like, a subscribe to our channel here as well, and it all helps our channel spread the word. But I hope you're getting a bit of value out of what we're sharing here. We just want to give you the benefit of some of our experience playing the last few years and teaching. All the best. Pickleball Pat here. We'll see you again in another video.